Welcome, Taurus. This is Eleanor with Peaches by Starlight Tarot here with your September reading, and let's just hop right into it, shall we? Your overall energy for September, this is the Nine of Pentacles, the Hermit. They've kind of combined it in this Jane Austen deck, but it's talking about taking good care of just yourself, at least for now. You really need your own attention and your own TLC, and you're tuning into your body's signals as well and your body's needs and making whatever changes that you have to meet them. So this is a very you-focused time. So for the first week, you have end of an era. It feels like, just off the bat, like fall and the end of an amazing summer, or it's starting to get real. Something's getting real here. Like a new cycle is starting, and you might need to go easy on yourself during the transition. With Mr. Woodhouse here, it's kind of a very cocooning time, I'm feeling like. We'll see what else comes out. So in the second week, you have volunteer. So in this new phase, I do see potential for like an internship or an apprenticeship. You might be consulting or giving some free advice online, something like that, connecting with potential professional contacts. And this could also indicate donations or holding space for someone. I feel like it's from a distance somehow with that Hermit. I don't really see this as an in-person public effort, at least not yet from what I'm seeing. So in your third week, hobbies, pretty much what it sounds like, and it goes well with that Nine of Diamonds, that Hermit, just going about doing your own thing and finding some peace and joy. It feels like a good outlet for stress while everything else around you is maybe unfamiliar. It's a relaxing anchor in the midst of chaos, and it could also be productive to put on your resume, especially with volunteer. Like if you're between jobs, you can put volunteer work or your own business so you don't have to have those date gaps that an algorithm is going to pick up on. You can fill that in with other things. It'll also help you to connect with your inner light and your truth. Like with the end of an era, it could also help you connect with the people in your next era. Like-minded people, like talented people. And so for your fourth week, so this makes sense after an ending like this to be reflective and to look back at the cycle that you've just closed out. And with volunteer, some of you may consider like a memorial donation of some kind, but it's a perfect time for journaling or starting some kind of memoir since you are so inwardly focused right now. If you've got some bad memories that you just can't shake, consider ways to process through those, perhaps professionally. That's always safe advice. So for how people see you right now, the Three of Sticks, this is the Three of Wands. And so this ending is public or apparent to people who know you because they see you in like a bubble or a liminal moment between worlds, considering carefully what your next move is. And with Hermit energy, there might not be much to say here if you're keeping to yourself in a waiting and observing energy. Like I could just hear someone say, "Hey, have you talked to Taurus?" And they're like, "Well, I know they were doing this big thing, but they stopped that, or that's over, and I have no idea what they'll do next." And some people might say that you're MIA right now. Like, I don't know what they're going to do. So for your immediate environment and physical experience, you have the Three of Swords. All month long, I do see you processing this ending, mining it for lessons, healing yourself and recuperating. I don't see it as a breakup I'm picking up on. It's something else. It's like a job, or missing your classmates after graduation, or missing people that you've been traveling with for the summer. It's missing a group, not really a specific person, although it could be for some of you. Or another thing I'm picking up here is maybe there's been damage to your home, like back in July, something happened to your home, and so you're solely focused on salvage and cleanup right now. And some of you may have had an injury or a surgery in August and might be stuck at home until you're all patched back up. So for your mental space, the Five of Swords, I think you're just taking it day to day. Honestly, I do see you having to push some people away because with this Three of Wands, you might have people trying to put a little bit of pressure on you or just being nosy, asking what are you going to do now? And you're like, I don't know, maybe nothing. Leave me alone and mind your business. You're not focused on the long term. You've had enough on your plate in the here and now. And even if that's nothing, like in the actively doing nothing sense of the term, or I just see you just doing your own thing right now from day to day. So for family, home, and self-care, you have the High Priestess. It's perfect with the Hermit. So much space being held for you by your relatives or for yourself. There's so much peace. Like this over here, that Three of Wands, it feels like outer circle, like public busybody people, whereas those closest to you are not questioning your process at all. They're admiring it, actually. And there is a mother figure for some of you. I just feel like there's a mother energy around you that says, yes, just like that, just what I taught you. You got this. All right, so for your pleasures, you have the Two of Swords. So I'm not sure you know how to connect with what feels good right now if you think about it too hard, which might be why you're sort of in a holding pattern. So you appear to be afraid of stirring up the pain, or that pain might be blocking your ability to access pleasure right now. And I just think that's mostly mental. I think there's like a mental block or some overthinking it. So your best bet for fun is going to be to turn off your mind somehow. Like this all shows you reconnecting to yourself and your divinity. So things like ecstatic dance, restorative yoga, going into natural bodies of water, caring for animals, actually, I'm seeing deep tissue massage or reflexology, eating lots of colorful foods, making sure your plate has all the different colors on it, or things like chakra rebalancing, or it could even be like a new haircut, a new hair color. But I feel like it's different. Like every day, every single day, choose a new pleasure, something just for that day, whatever your body is asking for that day. All right, so for your health habits, daily health habits and service, the Boy of Swords, that's the Page of Swords, essentially. So getting curious and gathering some new knowledge and asking new questions. Like not knowing enough about something, that can attribute to that Two of Swords blockage, that indecisiveness. So while you are in transition, you can be learning and sampling the possibilities before choosing your next move. So like instead of, for example, all the heavy lifting of choosing and applying and getting hired on with a new potential permanent employer, you could try like a temp agency, which gives you the opportunity to just dabble for a while before committing. Everything here so far is pointing away from long-term commitments and entrenchments, except to your own healing and your own well-being. And you could also be researching new diets or exercise routines, things that feel less rigid and more intuitive in nature, or maybe in tune with nature. So for partnerships and contracts, the Nine of Lava Stones, that's the Nine of Pentacles, that's the exact same card as Mr. Woodhouse there. You're making some kind of solid commitment to yourself, actually, or you might be actually being released from some kind of commitment, which allows you to have greater independence and comfort. It's security on your own 2 feet without being beholden to anyone else. So for intimacy and letting go, Queen of Lava Stones, Queen of Pentacles, she really carries on this theme of creature comforts, wealth, and groundedness. This feels like becoming more integrated in your environment, removing prosperity blocks and surrendering judgment. You may be shedding some excess that, like, even though it's more, it makes you feel like less because it's constrictive. So like I said, I'm not seeing a breakup. It's more of a professional or an organizational transition. And this could actually be time for great sex, because you're very much in your body and in sensation and in a sensual mode. All right. For wisdom and philosophy, you have the Wheel of Fortune. So yeah, following an ending and processing that ending and planning your next steps, of course you're seeing a leveling up here. You may be processing these memories and seeing how all of your choices have led up to this moment and getting very intentional for how you want your next choice to steer you into a more lucrative, more interesting, more secure cycle. So your sense of pattern recognition is heightened and you're gaining and claiming more control over your destiny. I may have already said this, but it all feels kind of like a bubble outside of time. Like, I don't know if you saw either Loki or the Umbrella Academy, but this idea of the commission or an agency working outside of linear time, manipulating timelines and the course of events according to some master plan. And you're in that interstitial space right now, just kind of watching the wheels turn and like writing your own ticket to where you want to re-enter into the flow. All right, for reputation and legacy, the Seven of Lava Stones, that's the Seven of Pentacles. Once again, they are just hammering this wait and see energy. And I feel like it's vital for me to get through how physical grounding and pleasure in the moment will be your saving grace in the face of unknowns, that they're just only going to be revealed with patience. You're building actually a multifaceted legacy and reputation. You'll be known for being sort of a Renaissance person who was observant and studious, prudent, capable, realistic, inventive in their problem solving. I was just watching a documentary on all of the talented people who made the original Star Wars in the 70s and how they basically had to reinvent the wheel for almost everything. Even the booms and the cameras themselves they had to make to do what they wanted to do. This is why your hobbies are so important and relevant. Not just a cherry on top, not just, oh, that would be nice, bonus. The direction you're going in is directly an outcropping of what you're doing here to express yourself and to give back to the world, and it's gonna pay off. So for how you're relating to friends and the outside world, you have the Fool. This looks so much like the imagery on the traditional Three of Wands card in the Rider-Waite. That energy that you have and how people are seeing you. Anything is possible. Anything, any and all connections are possible and promising and could lead to something beneficial. You're looking at people just like your future, without specific expectation, just open to receiving. And with Wheel of Fortune, you already know something good is coming your way. That's why you're just kicking it and chilling all over the place here, because you have 100% faith that it's coming to you. And then if you stay put and you don't give chase, it's going to find you in the exact right time. All right, so for what's hidden behind the scenes, you have the Four of Wands. So here's the stable foundation underpinning your ability to be still through this transition. You're not flailing around through a tumultuous time. You're cozy within. I think I said cocoon earlier. While like on the outside, one thing moves out of your experience and the next thing just rolls right in. You're fully supported. It's like you're completely shrugging off expectations of others here with that Fool. They're like, you should do this or I would do that. And you're like, you're saying, I'm good. I'm going to enjoy this time while it lasts. I built a little bit of security so I could be strategic about my next move and not be rushed to take the first opportunity that comes along lest I fall through the cracks. So you have safety beneath you, Taurus. So that's what I have for September. And if it helps at all, let me know by hitting that like button and I'll talk to you in October. Thank you.